It was perhaps his boldest move yet, opposition leader Juan Guaido appearing before dawn in front of a Caracas Air Force base, surrounded by some 25 soldiers, appealing to the military to join him. By his side was Leopoldo López, perhaps Venezuela's most famous political prisoner. He announced he'd been released from house arrest by security forces who'd turned against President Nicolas Maduro.
Defend freedom, out with tyranny, everyone out onto the street.
Opposition supporters answered the call, but were pushed back by security forces. Dozens were injured in clashes between pro and anti-government groups. After he and López took part in a march, Guaido disappeared from sight, amid nagging rumors that he'd be arrested. But come nightfall, he issued a new call from an undisclosed location for Venezuelans to rise up again.
We will continue calling on the armed forces to take part in the final phase of Operation Liberty to rescue our dignity. That is why on May 1, we will go back onto the streets nationwide, gathering in the areas we have already designated.
President Maduro responded on nationwide television, surrounded by army officers on whose continued support he depends.
This was truly a fake coup, a minor scuffle, a simulation and lie. That's why 80% of the military and police who joined them in the beginning had left them by noon.
But amid reports that his support may be cracking, U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo said Maduro had been about to step down and go to Cuba, but was dissuaded by Russia, another key ally. Maduro says that's rubbish. And adding more fuel to the geopolitical crisis, President Donald Trump is again pointing the finger at Cuba. He is warning Havana that unless it immediately withdraw what he calls military help to the Maduro regime, he will slap on what he is now describing as a full and complete embargo, as well as heightened economic and financial sanctions. In Venezuela, Guaido and Maduro are both planning to mark International Workers' Day with a major show of strength on the streets. One to try to force the president from power, the other to try to maintain it. Lucia, Newman, Al Jazeera, Havana.